Good afternoon. I'm Casey here at this old greenhouse in East Tennessee, and it has finally quit raining. Finally. The last couple days, it's just been like one of those misty, annoying rains, and I've been trying to come out in my flower garden and get things started on my landscaping. And every time I go back outside and start doing something, it starts raining again. So I think it's trying to clear up. It's still pretty cloudy, but I got a load of mulch, and I'm gonna start digging these beds. I've also kind of dug out these beds a little bit, and I'll show you what I've done and what I'm gonna do to kind of shape them up a little bit since we took the fence down. But yeah, I'm hoping we're gonna get some sunshine, y'all. I had some people asking how we were doing here in East Tennessee from the Hurricane Helene that had went through, and luckily, praise the Lord, we are all good here. We're safe. We didn't have any damage really, other than, you know, there were trees down in the area, a lot of limbs and debris and stuff like that, and a lot of rain and a lot of mud. But there are people close to us in devastating situations, catastrophic loss and things like that of their homes and just roads and everything, and just people's lives. So it's really not a good situation. So, you know, at the least, we need to be praying for all those people out there. And I know my husband, his work, they've been going to those counties and trying to provide help in the ways they can. And I think it's going to be a while before things are back to normal again. But I'm so grateful that everybody here is safe. I heard there could possibly be another hurricane forming out in the Gulf, so I'm hoping and praying that that's not the case. With the recovery that we're trying to get through right now, it is just unbelievable that a hurricane can affect us so badly. You think of like Florida and just like the coastal areas and things like that, but something like this we would have never ever thought would have happened. So it's just unbelievable. So that's just another reason why that you should always stay prepared. I mean, because you never know when you could be struck by something and not have water for a week, 2 weeks, months. What would you do? Food. You know, grocery stores are closed, not be able to get anywhere. So it just makes you really think about, you know, what do you have stored up? What kind of resources do you have? How do you know what kind of things, what kind of tools do you have? Do you have relationships with your neighbor? Do you know how to can and preserve and those sort of things? So very important. Just something to be thinking about. And I'm definitely going to be thinking about that a little more than, you know, I have in the past. And I do pretty good about preserving, but you could always just do a little more for something like that could possibly happen. All right, so on a cheerier note, I'm going to show you guys my flower garden. So right here is going to be where I'm digging up another bed. I was going to do a rock bed, but I've changed my mind. I think I'm going to do mulch because I'm wanting to plant a lot of stuff in here, and that's kind of hard to do in rock. So I've laid my water hose out to see how I want the edging to go. I'm not 100% sure yet, so I just kind of keep moving this water hose around to see what I like. But I'm going to get some sort of like rock border or edging, probably at Lowe's, just to keep my mulch in, plus just give it that edging look that's, I think, will look good. I'm going to move these. I'll probably put a few of these in this bed. I want to put some bird feeders beside my windows so I can see those this winter. And then I'll probably have low-lying stuff in here that doesn't grow too high to cover the greenhouse. I love like the moss rose, that portulaca I've got over there, and just some really low stuff is what I'm wanting to put in here. I'll probably have some stepping stones come out, and I'm going to do something with this area too. I'm not going to do zinnias this year right here because they're so tall and they kind of block the view. So probably some more low-lying stuff. I also plan on doing some shrubs and things in my pots because I don't want stuff to get really big and out of hand here. Maybe some small trees that I'm going to put in some pots. I think that'd be cute. So I extended this out just a little bit. You can see where the fresh mulch is. And I also kind of curved this out a little bit more, and I bumped it out a little bit further here at the woodshed. And I'm probably going to grow something tall right here that can kind of go on this woodshed. Not quite sure yet what that's going to be. Here is my mulch. Got a whole truckload for like 25 bucks, which is super great deal. And I'm going to use that over here and just to fill in wherever I need to. But because we took the fence down, everything was just like really straight back through here of the bed. And I just thought it looked unnatural. So I started with a curve here, and I'm probably going to put some taller grasses since this kind of slopes downhill. And I think adding height will be good, like when you're sitting out here looking into the garden. So I'll probably put taller grasses behind these, and then I'm going to probably swoop this one out too. And my plan is, in the springtime, when I plant my zinnias, I'm probably gonna do just like a whole thick row of them at the very back of everything, just because they get really tall and I think they'll be really pretty to look out and see all these zinnias back here. These I planted in the springtime, and these are the moss rose, the portulaca, and look at that. They have just bloomed all summer, all fall, and I love them. So I'm gonna fill these in up here. I'm gonna probably put a bunch of these up there. And these don't get very big either, these coreopsis, so I'll probably put some of those in. And I love these little ice plant here, it's a succulent. I'll probably put those in as well. These are all perennials, so. And this is my sedum, Autumn Joy. It is so pretty this time of year. Look at that, the bees love it, and I just love that color. And I also have some lavender back there. It did not bloom this year, but I'm hoping it will next year, and I'd like to add it throughout my flower garden as well. I'll probably end up filling this in a little bit more, just will there just be a strip you can walk through in the middle or something, but one step at a time. All right guys, I've got to get these zinnias out of here. They did not weather too good through the storm, plus they're pretty blemished just from this time of year, but they're still butterflies, so it's just really hard to let go of them, but they just look really bad. And I also need to save the flowers off of them, so I will have seeds next year. That is a good thing to do because you can get so many seeds from zinnias, and I've started collecting them right here. And one flower has so many seeds. So where you would go to the store and pay $2, $3 for a pack of seeds and just get a few in them, you can get way more out of just one flower. So I'm gonna cut all the heads of these off, and I'm gonna take them in the basement, and I'm going to let them dry there. If y'all have zinnias, do that. Very easy to dry. All I do is take them in my basement, and I set them somewhere cool and dark. I usually just lay them on a tray or something. They don't have to dry on the stem out here. You can just take them off at any point in time and just take them somewhere and let them dry out. I have a tons of seeds. These are even from last year, and I'll just leave them in these trays under here. They will be fine to use next year. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of these flower heads off. All right, so I'm gonna take my edging shovel. I love this. This is a great tool to kind of define your flower beds and make a good indentation on the edges that the mulch can kind of go up to. So I'm gonna do that right here. And those zinnias kind of hung over, so they killed a lot of my grass. So I may just kind of go about right here and let the grass fill back in, and it will. Alright, so that made a nice edge, and it'll look a lot better when the grass gets bumped up right flush with it. It'll give it more of a defined edge. But I'm going to go ahead and fill this in with mulch now, and I'm really not sure what I'm going to plant right now. I've got to get those down to the hill to the compost pile, and we also got to check on the chickens. Y'all, have 3 new chickens from my mom, and she didn't have any luck with them laying eggs, which is super weird because I've never had that issue ever before. So I was like, well, bring them over here. I'll see what I can do. I don't know, maybe change the scenery or a different rooster. I don't know. I'm just scrambling now, but they're not laying eggs here either. And they're over a year old. They got red combs. They look healthy. It just makes no sense to me. So I don't know. I'm going to go down there and see if they've laid any eggs. But if they don't keep laying eggs, y'all, I don't want freeloaders here. I mean, you just have to keep paying to feed them, and they're doing nothing for me. So I don't know. I hope they'll start laying, but I really have my doubts because she still has some from the group that she gave me. She has more, and she still has more at home from the group she gave me, and they're not laying either. Maybe like 1 egg every 3 days. I'm thinking they might be eating eggs. That's my only like theory here, because other than that, I don't get it. I've never had this issue before. Rainwater. I have a rogue watermelon. It's one of those little sugar babies, and I don't know, maybe we'll get to eat it. I'm also going to relocate this hydrangea because it was not happy here this summer. It was too hot, so it's probably going to go in a more shaded area, and that is not back here in my flower garden. This is just pure sun all the time, so probably have to go up in the front bed somewhere. I may even put it in a pot too. I like pottery. All right, looks better with mulch. I like that. All right, let's get these zinnias down the hill. I already took one big wheelbarrow full of them. That's why I'm out of breath. They fell out like twice, and I had to pick them up, and then I ended up having to drag them all the way down the hill. And I might have to with these. Y'all, I'm getting hot. The sun's come out, and with all the rain we've had, it's really humid. But the sky is blue, so there's that. All right, let's see what these freeloaders are doing today. Let's see if they've laid an egg. Some uppity chickens in this world. They just think they're too good to do their job. Let's go in the run and see what's happening in there. Turn off the fence, so I don't want a lovely voltage running through my body. All right, chickens. Y'all are gonna have to step up, honestly, because I'm over it. I really am. Y'all just destroying your ramp. No eggs. No eggs. It's been too long, honestly. Now, I will say mine aren't quite old enough. They're not got red cones, but mom's do, and there's not an egg in sight, so there's something up. There's something up. And I'm gonna figure it out. Why are y'all not laying eggs? Why? Say, what's wrong? You just lazy? Too good for it? What? Oh, good grief. All right, y'all. Whatever. All right, guys, I'm heading in for a little break, and then me and my husband are headed out to Lowe's before too long. We got to get some stuff for Seth's house. I'll probably look at some of the edging that I'm going to be using for the flower garden, and I've just got a lot of stuff to do around here. We'll be doing lots of stuff this fall and all throughout the winter in the greenhouse and the gardens, and this project is just beginning. And also working on projects down at Seth's house too, so we'll go down there and do a few things in there on here, and my husband probably will start his woodworking up pretty soon. So we got lots to come, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you soon on the next episode. Have a blessed day.